Hi everyone, welcome to Monica's Singapore Kitchen. Today I will be cooking peanut sauce, often called satay sauce. It is popular in Indonesian, Malaysian and Singaporean cuisines. It is made from spice paste, grounded peanuts, coconut milk, tamarind paste and palm sugar, resulting in a rich, savory, nutty and slightly thick sauce. The spiciness level for my recipe is mild so that everyone can enjoy the sauce. There are many uses for it, namely as dipping sauce for satay, spring rolls, etc., as dressings in salads, coating for noodles, and so many more uses. Come along with me to see how the sauce is prepared. Here I have 30 grams of dried broad chilies. I chose the broad variety rather than the thin crinkly variety, as the broad variety is easier to remove the seeds and it is less spicy. So cut them into smaller pieces, like so. Then agitate and scrunch it to remove the seeds, which will then be, collected at the bottom of the colander. It will drop through the slits. So you can see that these are the seeds that are collected and you can discard it. So the next step is to hydrate the chilies by pouring hot water and let it soak in the hot water for 20 minutes. Let's cut some of the ingredients here. Then we have got this, it just now was the lemongrass, and this is the blue ginger or the galangal. So we need the galangal that is looking pinkish like this, because this will be younger and less fibrous. I just dug these galangal as well as the lemongrass from my backyard, so it is nice and fresh. Then this is the garlic, just roughly chop the garlic. Then I have got 200 grams of shallots, so thinly slice it. You need not slice it beautifully, as eventually it's going to be dropped in the blender. Then this is gula Melaka or palm sugar. So I'm going to add it into the spice base, so to make it easier to dissolve, I just cut it into smaller pieces. This is the grounded peanut I bought from the supermarket. It comes in packets like that, and it's written down here, no sugar added, no preservatives or artificial flavoring added. And it is cholesterol free. Each packet is 250 grams, so since I need 500 grams, I need 2 packets of these peanuts. If you cannot get hold of these prepared ones, you can roast the raw peanuts and then pound it. Okay, so I've got 2 packets here. Now let's prepare the spice paste. Drop in our lemongrass, only the white parts, the blue ginger, the dried chilies that have been soaking for 20 minutes, the garlic, the shallots. This is our dried shrimp, which I washed a couple of times and drained. Shrimp paste, and add a little bit of water to help with the blending process. So our aim is to blend it until it is smooth, creamy and silky. So our consistency should look something like this. Yeah, so it's perfect for our sauce. So put this aside while we move on to some other task that we have to do. So it looks something like this, beautiful. Okay, let's cook the sauce. We just have to heat up 1 cup of oil. So once the oil is heated, we will pour in our spice paste. So stir the spice paste and cook it over medium heat. Our plan is to stir it for 10 minutes, to cook it for 10 minutes, making sure that the paste, mix very well with the oil. So 5 minutes later, it looks a bit drier. The water that we have added during the blending process has mostly evaporated. So continue to stir until 10 minutes later. You can see that our paste is drier, even drier. It is darker and the oil has split from the paste. So this is time to add our grounded peanuts. Just pour in the 2 packets. Yeah, just pour in, as well as our palm sugar. Then pour in the water, which I have poured into the blender to rinse the blender. So 5 cups go in first. Then we need to simmer the nuts to rehydrate them and soften them. It will absorb the added water. We then will be able to adjust the amount of water afterwards. So 2 minutes later, let's just gauge and see whether it's enough water. So give it a bit of good stir. Looks like my sauce is a bit on the thicker side. So I'm going to add another 2 cups of water into my paste. So all in all, I've added 7 cups of water. So at this point, we are going to cover it and simmer it for 30 minutes. So we are going to stir it periodically and we lower the flame to medium-low heat. So open periodically and stir, scraping the bottom, making sure that it does not burn. Halfway through the cooking process, we are going to add our coconut cream. So we add this coconut cream halfway through in the stewing process to allow the water in the coconut cream to evaporate, which causes the coconut cream to split. We need to simmer for about 30 minutes to soften the peanuts further and to bind the ingredients and to develop the flavor. So after about 30 minutes of simmering, add in the seasonings, which are the tamarind paste, sweet soya sauce or kicap manis in Malay. Then also add in a bit of salt and a bit of chicken powder. So then stir fry it for 5 minutes. Yeah, just gently over medium-low heat, stir fry for a further 5 minutes. Then how do we know that our satay sauce is ready? So you can see that it's generally ready when it reaches the creamy consistency, smooth and velvety. Keep in mind that peanut sauce thickens as it cools, so stop cooking when it is slightly thinner than your desired final consistency. You can also tell that our sauce is ready when the oil begins to separate from the sauce, something like this. Can you see that the oil stays away from the sauce? Okay, this is a gado-gado platter. So normally I enjoy it with my satay sauce. So we have cherry tomatoes, blanched bean sprouts, boiled potatoes, fried bean curd, blanched cabbage, fried tempeh, hard-boiled egg, and blanched long beans. You can add any of your favorite vegetables. So normally the way to serve this is just take a little of each ingredient and then pour our lovely delicious sauce over it. You can also have a bit of sauce in a bowl on the side. So then you can also put a few pieces of prawn or fish cracker. It can be used to scoop up the sauce and it will be so delicious. Then you can top our gado-gado with extra grounded peanuts, fried shallots and cut chilies. And just like that, our gado-gado feast is ready. Other uses for peanut sauce will be for as dipping sauce for satay, toss in noodles and grain bowls, as salad dressing, marinades and basting, wraps and sandwiches. So to store it, you put it in an airtight container. It will last for 1 to 2 weeks in the fridge or can last up to 6 months in the refrigerator, in the freezer. If the sauce thickens, stir in a little warm water or coconut milk to restore it to the desired consistency. So as always, happy cooking!